Let's look at a set of drawings for an Arby's restaurant. This is light commercial, and this particular set is indicative of what a light commercial project looks like. This is the cover sheet, the first sheet, and it will look different on every company's projects. Here we have the sheet index showing you what kinds of drawings there are and what sheets you'll find them on. Civil, architectural, furniture and finishes, structural, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. And the sheets are labeled P or S or A or E or M. We have some general notes. Look through those to see the kinds of notes that are appropriate for a project. We've got a vicinity map, who the owner and the architect and the different consultants are, including a furniture supplier, what special inspections are required. And here we can see the code information, the building codes, the occupancy classification, and how many occupants are allowed to be in it. They've shown the calculations. Here we have a floor plan showing us the maximum load for occupants. And then over here, we've got the title block. And every company's title block is going to look different. But you will see on a commercial project a seal for the architect who designed it. And you'll see general information like the title of the project and who did it and their address. Title blocks will look different from company to company, but they are almost always a strip on the right side of the sheet because you staple on the left and then you open the sheets up and read it like a book. Here we have a site plan. A site plan shows the characteristics of the property. And there are some things I want to point out to you. Here is a graphic scale. A graphic scale is a visual scale. It shows you visually sizes. And it's nice because if the drawings are reduced, the graphic scale will reduce in proportion to the drawings. So this scale is 1 inch equals 20 feet. So this is 1 inch, 0 to 20, that's 20 feet, 40 feet, 80 feet. So to use this, you could put your thumb and forefinger from here to here and know that that's 40 feet and carry that position over here and then mark out visually what the size is, which is helpful, again, if the drawings have been reduced. Now, on the site plan, we see the roads. This is a bearing note. It's telling you that the road goes northwest, and this is the exact angle in degrees and minutes and seconds. And then this is the length in meters. This is the footprint of the building. The footprint is its outline. It's showing you how much space it takes up on the property. Here is vegetation, more bearing notes, and these are all keynotes, and they are keyed to a legend. and they're telling you what everything is that they're pointing to. And here are all those key notes. So the notes are pointing to things like handrail, light pole, etc. This is a grading plan, meaning it's showing how the dirt is to be excavated. These are contour lines. The dashed are the before, the solid are the after, and these notes are telling you the height in relation to a benchmark, which is somewhere on the site. A benchmark is a non-moving item, and everything is keyed to that benchmark. Surveyors typically do site plans, or they provide information for it, and a civil engineer does the actual plan. This is a landscaping plan. Here we're told what kind of trees should go on the property and details on how they should be planted. Landscape notes, irrigation performance specifications. Specifications are written notes that complement the drawings. They describe in more detail what the drawings show. This is a cloud, and a cloud drawn around something means that that something has been revised. This is a plant schedule. A schedule is a chart of information about repeating components. And here we can see what kind of plants the designer wants for this particular property. Here we have general site details. Details of the parking, of a clean out on the site, of the asphalt and concrete. And here starts the A drawings, or architectural drawings. This is the architectural site plan. It's showing us the property line, the parking, more keynotes, the footprint of the building, the surrounding roads, and it has details of things on the site. For example, here is the proportion for the handicap symbol on the parking lot. Here are details for posts on it. Here is a wall section. It's showing how this wall is built, and what this is a wall around the dumpsters. Here are elevations of the dumpsters. And again, the section is a vertical slice through the wall, showing you exactly how it is put together. Here is the keynote schedule, telling you what all the keynotes are pointing to. This is a floor plan, and it's got a lot of detail. We see pochette for the construction of the walls. We see elevation symbols. These look different from ours, and elevation symbols are drawn different from company to company, but you should be able to recognize this as an elevation symbol because it's an arrow pointing to a wall, and it's telling you where to go to see an elevation of that wall. Go to drawing B on sheet A6. When you see a circle like this in a bathroom, This is showing you that you can turn a wheelchair around in it. That is a 60-inch diameter circle. The ID label underneath the drawing. Here is a legend telling us what the poche is. The exterior walls are load-bearing, meaning they carry weight besides their own, and they're made of 2x6 wood studs. They also have brick veneer. That's what the poche here is. But the load-bearing part is the studs. Here is a room finish schedule. It's showing you which rooms get what materials for their finishes. Finish notes, keynote schedule, and general notes. Let's look some more at this floor plan. Here are door symbols, interior walls, lots of stringers for dimensions, and then all the furniture. These are exterior elevations. This is the poche for brick, at least when it's small scale, meaning 1/4 of an inch or smaller. These are soldier courses, and what that means is they are rows of bricks laid upright, and that's just done for aesthetics. Doors, hinge symbol, the door is hinged here. ID labels, glass symbol, some finish notes, and a keynote schedule. We also have notes where the finished floor is. There's usually a dimension note there. And here it's telling us where the top of the parapet wall is. A parapet wall is a wall that extends past the roof. Here we have an enlarged floor plan of the bathrooms. And all these elevation symbols are telling us where to look to see elevation views. Go to drawing C on A4 or F on A4. And this is sheet A4, and here are all the elevations, D, E, F, etc. And the purpose of the elevations is to show you the heights of everything, how high the sink is mounted, how high the mirror is mounted. Here we're looking at more elevations in more detail. 1/2 inch equals a foot to show the detail of the furniture here. Here is the equipment plan. These are done by commercial kitchen planners, and they carefully lay out where all the equipment should be, how far it should be from other things, and what needs to be placed next to what to make an efficient kitchen. And you see all the keynotes. Here is the equipment schedule. So someone had to plan out every single thing that the kitchen needs and then do all the space planning for it. These are wall sections. These are vertical slices through the wall. Let's look at this one. This is the foundation, and there's a break line there because it wasn't needed to show the whole height of the foundation. So the break line means you can't put your scale to it to measure the height, but everything in between will look like this. That's the pochette for rigid board insulation. Here is a slab foundation. Here is the brick veneer on the wood studs, and this is batting insulation. Now I want you to note that the brick is pochetted here and here, but not here. That's because this is a window and we are standing in the jamb, so we are not cutting through it. Rather, we are looking at the jamb. To illustrate this better, here's a wall with a window in it. We've sliced through the wall all the way to the window. So we are standing here looking at the jamb, and we're not touching it, so it doesn't get pochetted. However, the cutting plane touches here and here, so it does get pochetted. Anything the cutting plane touches gets pochetted. So that's what we're looking at here. The window, we're looking at the jamb, and then here is everything we've cut under it and above it. This is the parapet wall, meaning it extends past the roof. And the purpose of a parapet wall is typically to hide roof-mounted equipment. This is a bar joist. It is a beam that is made up of multiple members, upper chord, lower chord, web, and it spans a greater distance and carries a heavier load than just a plain 2x4 or 2x6. Here we have some trim up at the top. These are 2x4s or double top plate. We have them throughout. Here is a sill plate and an anchor bolt holding the sill plate to the foundation. This is the roof. It's showing us the equipment that's mounted on it. This is a reflected ceiling plan. It's a floor plan of the ceiling. A reflected ceiling plan is a view from above the ceiling. You're up here looking down and you project what you see on the ceiling down, so that if you were to align the two sheets of paper, the reflected ceiling plan and the floor plan, everything on the ceiling would fall exactly where it is on the floor plan. So that's what we're looking at here. This is a system very similar to what we have in the classroom. It's an acoustic grid, also called a dropped grid, because the grid is hung from the roof above it with wires, and then the acoustic panels and the lights, that's what these are then placed into the grid. These are supplies, that is, they blow air into the room. This is a foundation plan. It's underground and it is what holds the building up. This looks like a spread footing because we can see the dashed lines for the footing on either side of the wall. And here's what is meant by that. These are the footings and they extend past the wall. These are pads on which posts rest. and we can see those here. This is a mechanical, also called HVAC, for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning plan. And this is showing us how all the roof equipment is serviced. This is part of plumbing. It's showing you waste and vents. That is how all the dirty water and grease is removed from the building. And this is part of the plumbing. It's showing you how the fresh water is provided. And here, for this project, we've also got a plan showing how the natural gas is provided. So this is an overview of what a light commercial set of drawings looks like.